What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Robin, and welcome back to the channel. Now, as you guys can see, we're on the MW2 beta, and I want to give you guys what I found as the best settings for PC. If you are on PC and if you did not have a beta code, you will be able to play for free, I believe, on the 24th. But if not the 24th, then it's for sure the 25th and the 26th that you guys can play for free. So these settings will give you very good FPS. You will also be able to slide cancel with these settings. I'll show you guys how to do that as we get to that setting. And these are just basically the overall settings that I found that worked for me. So enough talking, let's get into these settings. Now, these settings right here are really just personal preference. Obviously I am on a mouse, not a controller. You pick this depending on whatever you do aim with. I'm not with controller, I am with a mouse. My mouse sensitivity is 2.5 and my mouse DPI is 1600. That has been my Sens for quite some time now, and it is just the most that I'm comfortable with. I really did not touch any of the sensitivity multipliers. I really don't need those. I like my sensitivity. Really, the thing about me is I like my sensitivity to feel the exact same. If something does feel a little slower or something does feel a little faster, that is when I maybe speed it up or I slow it down, just depending, so everything does feel the same for me. The ADS sensitivity, I really did not change this. The only thing that I did change is I made it instant, relative, and 1.78. I do play on 1440p, and I read somewhere a long time ago that monitor distance coefficient is better on 1.78 unless you're on 1080p. I'm not really sure. You guys might have to do a little bit of research into this. It may just be a placebo, but this is the setting that I choose to use. Custom sensitivity per zoom I have off. Vertical aim axis, I did not touch any of this. Mouse calibration, this is for mouse acceleration. Now, me personally, I don't use mouse accel. There are a lot of other programs that you can use to get mouse accel down pretty well, if that is, you know, something that you would like to do. But me personally, that's not something that I really care for. So yeah, I didn't touch either of these last ones. Crouch behavior toggle, prone behavior toggle, sprint, tactical sprint behavior toggle. One thing that I did change is automatic tac sprint. Automatic tac sprint is just so easy. You don't have to go through millions of controllers pressing down the button to try to get your tac sprint, and I don't have to press another button to start sprinting anytime I can tactical sprint and tac sprint. So that is absolutely dope. Tac sprint behavior, single tap sprint, I just did that just because. Automatic airborne mantle, I have this off. Share slide and diode inputs, I have this as independent, so they do different things. I might change it to shared though. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure. I'm gonna play around with this. This is more like personal preference, just because you can dive and slide. Movement advanced settings, walk behavior is hold. Walk speed is 57. Like the walk behavior, these really don't mean anything to me because I'm never really walking. Auto tac sprint, make sure that I get around the map as fast as possible, and that is what I just enjoy. I have grounded mantle and automatic ground mantle off. I accidentally did have grounded mantle on. I don't know why, but these two do help with slide canceling if I'm not mistaken. So both of these you do want to have off, and there is another setting that you guys do want to change if you want to be a slide canceling around the map, so stay around for that. Inverted slide behavior, invert slide and dive behavior, just have this on standard. Parachute auto deploy, didn't touch this. And view, I didn't really touch any of these as well for the movement advanced settings. Aim down slide behavior, hold. I don't like toggle, and then you won't be able to slide cancel if you toggle it. So having it on hold definitely helps. Change zooms, shared input, sprint and tac sprint focus, I have that on. Equipment behavior, hold. Interact behavior, press. Weapon mount activation, double tap ADS. This is what you want to do to slide cancel. So at the end of the video, I'll show you guys how to slide cancel if that's what you are here for. Combat advanced settings, all of these are just normal, so you guys can pause and copy these if you would like, but I'm pretty sure they're already the same. Vehicle behavior, none of this actually really matters to me or the pinging system or anything like that. So that's pretty much it for gameplay. So now we will go over to keybinds. Keybinds, a lot of my things are pretty much the same. Things that I did change is interact. It was on F. I prefer to interact with things with E. That's just how I've always doing it. Crouch and slide. Crouch, I usually shift. Prone, I use control. These have been my controls since I've started keyboard and mouse. Sprint, I use the side of my mouse. This is actually how I snake. So when you snake, what you're doing is you're crouching and then you're tac sprinting right out of it, and it gives you this thing that is actually quite broken if you do know how to use it. You can see people on the other side of the head glitch, but they can't see you. A lot of my things are all the same. Weapon mount, I don't really need one for weapon mount since all I have to do is double tap ADS to really mount up, and I'm really not trying to mount up anyway. Melee, I always use my mouse button. Lethal, I use G. Armor plate up and drop item is 4 for the simple fact that I've always played it up using 4. but there is no plating up. So I might change this back. I don't know, because I can't use my second kill streak when I'm trying to use it. I don't know, man. It's really weird. When Warzone 2.0 comes out, I might keep this just at 4. Because I really won't be playing that much multiplayer, but you know, it's just all personal preference, like I said. And I'm pretty sure everything else is pretty much the same. I turned push to talk on to T because that's what I'm used to using. And yeah, that is all of my keybinds and stuff. I don't have any controller settings that I could put you guys onto, so now we'll get into the video settings to make sure that we boost your FPS in your game looks and feels as good as possible. All right, so first thing is we have full screen. Full screen, when you load the game up, they always put you in full screen borderless. I don't know why. I've always played in full screen. It just feels better. I don't know. I don't like it in borderless. Sometimes my game doesn't perform the best, so that's what I use. Now the next few things are depending on your monitor and the graphics card you have. I have a 3080 and I also do have a 1440 240 hertz monitor. These really do depend on your monitor. Check you guys monitor refresh rate. You don't want it to be lower, like 140 200 or anything like that. You want it exactly to where yours is, so make sure that you have that as well. Aspect ratio, I have that on automatic. VSync and VSync in the menus, I have that off. Custom frame rate limit, I do have this as high as it can go, 300. Menu frame rate, I have it on 60. Out of focus frame rate, I have it on 30. You want these two just so your GPU isn't running at full strength at all times. My brightness, I have it directly at 50. This is pretty much perfect for me. Focus mode, I have that off. HDR, I have that on automatic. Now next we will go over to quality. Quality presets, I have it at custom. I have NVIDIA DLSS off. I have NVIDIA image scaling off as well. I don't have an AMD graphics card, so these are off as well. Anti-aliasing, I have it on Filmic SMAA. Anti-aliasing, I feel like we should have a setting that allows us to turn it off automatically, but this is a beta, so I don't really expect us to have some of the things that, you know. Texture resolution, I have on very low. The next one I have that one on high. Particle quality low. Bullet impact and sprays, I have it on. You can turn it off. I mean, this is not needed. I do like it on though, just to see where the bullets land and things like that. It helps. I can't cap. Shader quality, I have it on low. Tessellization off. On-demand texture streaming off. Streaming quality, I have it low. Shadow map resolution normal. Spot shadow quality off. Cache spot shadows and cache sun shadows, I have both of those on. Those really do boost your FPS, actually, if you didn't know. Particle lighting low. Ambient occlusion off. SSR off. Low latency, I have that on. Depth of field, world motion blur, weapon motion blur, and film grain, I have those off and turned all the way down. These three right here just make your game look way worse than it actually does look. All right, field of view, I have it on 120. I heard if you play on 105 you don't get any visual recoil, or it's like bugged, but I'm used to 120, so I'm gonna play 120 and I don't need a bug to not give me visual recoil. Like, it's not that big of a deal. ADS, I have on affected. Affected is just what I've always played. If you have it on independent, basically, this is personal preference. I know a lot of great aimers who play independent. If you play independent, by all means, like, you are goated. But me personally, this is how you get absolutely zero recoil. Like, when you guys watch me play Warzone and you're like, yo, your gun has no recoil, it's literally just affected FOV. That's really pretty much it. Weapon field of view, default third person field of view, I have it on 90. Vehicle field of view, default first person camera movement 100, third person camera movement 100. Audio, the thing that we have, headphone bass boost. I'm telling you guys, you won't, with this you can hear everything. Everything is really, really loud in this game, which is not a bad thing. I want opponents' footsteps to be loud. The only thing with that, if it's too loud, then people can just sound whore you all day. So I don't know. I have master volume on 100. I don't need music on. Dialogue volume 100. Effects on 100. Hit marker volume on 100. Speaker, headphones, game sound device, I have it on my Go XLR. Whatever it is for you, maybe different. Subtitles, I don't have subtitles on. If I do the campaign, I'll turn on subtitles, but when I play, I don't want subtitles on. Voice chat on. Like I said, these are just depending on whatever I'm using to talk to. So I have a Go XLR, so my chat and my chat mic are what I use. It is how you're hearing me now. Push to talk, T, like I put in before. Voice chat volume on 100. Microphone volume on 100. And all of these other things are pretty much personal preference. I do have hit marker sounds on classic. I think the classic hit marker sound is the absolute best. Juggernaut music off. I don't want to hear that. If I do get a Juggernaut, I don't want to hear that. Mute game with minimized. I have that off. I think I'm gonna turn that on. That's kind of fire, actually. Interface, menu size default, subtitles default, subtitle size default, subtitles background. All of these things, like, I'm not using these at the moment, so it really doesn't matter. Heads up display, Mini map size, if you play round, I feel like you're a weirdo. Don't take that the wrong way, but you know, Call of Duty maps have been square since the beginning of time, and since they've been allowing us to make them circular square, I've always just played square. So yeah, I don't know, it just looks good to my eyes. All of these things are on minimap rotation, compass, crosshairs, hit marker visuals, and damage based hit markers, all on nameplates, full names. We need better nameplates. Sometimes it's very tough to see teammates and things like that. Oh, so this right here is where you can turn on your FPS counter and everything. I have FPS counter, latency, packet loss, GPU temps, and that's pretty much it. I really don't need any of these other things. System clock to tell me what time it is. It just lets me know that, hey, you've been on the game too long. I don't need any of these other things on. So, you know, all of these are definitely depending on what you want. Advanced tools on, network in-game alerts. I really don't need these on to tell me if I'm lagging or not. If I'm lagging, trust me, I'll see it. And those are all my settings. You can use these settings, and I'm telling you, your FPS will boost, your game will look better, and everything will feel better. And now I will get into a game, and I'm going to show you guys how to slide cancel with these settings as well. As y'all can see, like, you can really see, and I'm getting a decent FPS. This game isn't really that well it really isn't that well like put together when it comes to like how the games run and things like that. But as you guys can see, like, I'm slide canceling around the map, and yeah, like, you can definitely slide cancel. I'm getting a nice little got a nice little double kill right there. But so all you really got to do is, all right, all you really got to do is all right, so slide. After you slide, you ADS, and you jump. So instead of slide jump like it was in other CODs, you got to aim twice and jump, and then boom. Like, the movement is pretty smooth once you get it down like that. You can b-hop and stuff like that. So all of the settings that I gave you will definitely work. The game just runs kind of slow. But there you guys have it. Those are my best settings for this beta so far, and how to slide cancel. If you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that like button, sub if you are new, and I will see you guys on tomorrow's video. Peace.